So if someone calls my office and wants to talk about they think that they're being investigated for or charged with a theft crime, one of the first things I'm going to want to try to talk to them about is what kind of theft crime are we talking about? Because theft can have different forms. You can have theft from entering a house with the intent to commit a theft therein, which could be a burglary. You could have the same phenomenon happen if you go into a store and try to take something from a store. They can call that a commercial burglary. You can also have somebody that is being accused of identity theft, where someone is taking information of third parties and they're trying to use it to buy things or obtain credit. There's embezzlement, which is someone gave you money for one purpose and you used it for another purpose, knowing that you were given money for a separate purpose. So we're going to want to talk about what kind of theft crime we are looking at. The next thing I'm going to want to talk to the person about is what are the ramifications? What could happen to you? Let's say you get charged with a theft crime. Let's say you get prosecuted for it. Besides just charged, they're going to actually prosecute you for it too through the system. What could happen to you? And in California now, what I am finding, and frankly even before recent law changes, is that the biggest issue with theft crimes are not that people are generally going to jail for a long time because of it. Lots of theft crimes resolve for work program or relatively minor jail consequences relative to other types of crimes. But you end up with a felony on your record related to theft. That is a job application killer for any type of job that is worth anything. So if you engage in theft and get prosecuted for it, the biggest issue we're going to be worrying about on the front end of this is how can we minimize this down from a felony? Because people do not want felonies on their record. I have clients that would take a year or more in jail just to avoid a felony. And so that's really what we're looking at in terms of the resolution on these cases. Another issue related to theft that I've noticed, and it's, in my opinion, it's kind of weird because it happens so often over the last 20 years, and that is, it seems like, for example, with identity theft specifically, it seems like people can get away with engaging in identity theft, ID thefting people, for a while before the police get onto them. But once they get caught by the police, it seems like they just start getting caught over and over and over again, even while the case I'm representing them on is pending. I don't know how many times, more than 10. Have I had cases where someone is charged with identity theft and by the time the case is over, they've picked up a new case for identity theft or multiple cases for identity theft. And I think part of the reason is because people get away with it for a period of time, then they get caught, and you'd think statistically, if you get caught once out of a bunch of times, you'd think your chance if you do it again because you need to get quick money for some purpose, that the chance is really small of you getting caught again, especially so close to having just been arrested or charged with identity theft. And you end up, something about the phenomenon, the police, I don't know if they keep a database of people that get busted for identity theft, but they just get nailed again when it happens. And so when I have an ID theft case, one of the biggest concerns I express on the front end to my clients, you've gonna have to not engage in this behavior at all while this case is pending, because most likely you're going to get nailed. So if you think that you're being investigated for or you have been charged with a theft crime and want to discuss it further, give me a call, 951-777-1111. Thank you.